And welcome back. So it's been a while. We had a bit of a break here because of the holidays. Where's my camera? Over there. Just we had a bit of a break because of the holidays, but I wanted to go back to the extremely open science. So welcome back. I hope everybody's been doing okay. So we are going to get started. So sort of picking up where we left off, which actually I think there's been a little bit of a longer break than usual. So let's see where we were. So I think we had. Let me change my camera now. And I need to adjust. Let me adjust it this way. Yeah, so let me see where we were. So we had been working on trying to use eggnog mapper annotations instead of the what we had done before, which was KEGG that we had gotten through CheckM2. If we had been able to use CheckM2, that would have been great. Let me just get a pen to take notes. That would have been great because it would have been allowed us to just develop something that runs on the partial outputs of CheckM2, and that for practical reasons that would be very useful. Obviously, a user would then have to only run CheckM2, then it would run our tool Sardine afterwards, and that would be great. Alas, that does seem to might not be the best, so we're going to be using eggnog mapper. Obviously, eggnog mapper is a useful tool anyway, so it's possible that the users would want to use eggnog mapper anyway, so maybe it's not a big deal either way. So let's see where we left off. So I think we had okay, I'm trying to remember what happened the last time. So okay, it's complete. Oh geez, I think. Okay, so we ran, obviously empty. Oh. I am really trying to remember what happened here. So we load the complete sizes. Oh, I remember. Did I mess this up and then had to mess this up and then I think that this last time the stream went very poorly because I adjust the camera a little bit. Last time the stream went very poorly because I managed to crash my computer and then didn't properly recover. Let me adjust the camera here a little bit. Sorry guys. I need to zoom out a bit. Yeah, something like this. It's a little bit better. And yeah, this is better. So last time I completely crashed my system, and then that led to everything crashing. And then when I reshared, I did it incorrectly, and that was a big mess. All right, so let's not do that. Let's try not to do that today. So, all right, so we can load the sizes. Okay, I vaguely remember this. Okay, this works quite well. Okay, so if I load sizes, you're using query name spelled exactly like Eggnog Mapper does, namely, you know, hashtag query name. Okay, oh, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna stop something on my computer. Okay, so what I did here, so I have a virtual box running, and that's taking up a fair amount of RAM. So I just quickly changed and stopped it. So it's going to, basically free up that RAM there that we want to use while this here is running. Okay, and then we had this issue. Yeah, we had this issue. And then it's going to extract eggnog OG1, so we just want one OG. Yeah, just trying to figure out what we did that does. Okay, this is not. Okay, right, this is gonna take a while. Okay. Trying to figure out what. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with everything we did before. So yeah, so this we've seen before, right? But we've seen this, but actually we don't want to keep this. I mean, we don't. So yep, so simulate is done. All right, actually, this is normally the type of work I sometimes do during the when I'm doing the recaps, which is going a little bit over everything I've done, except that because there's been some holidays here. It was Christmas, it was Easter, and then Anzac Day, which is an Australian holiday, and then and actually I lost a bit track of everything that was going on. So maybe I want something a little bit like this. Let's see this. So if I get the expanded, so this is this thing here. I can load. Okay, so this was finished. Okay. So this should do nothing. Right, this should be very fast. So this is all lazy. And now this is where it either goes haywire and crashes my system, or it works very well. Let's see. Okay. Alright, lazy frame has no. Okay, alright, so we're making some progress. Here, so let's sync CSV. Okay. let's do this. See, it's running quite fast. Let's see. It's running. Yeah, it's running. It's doing this. Sorry, I'm a little bit paranoid today because the last time I tried this, we completely crashed the system, and that was not great. So we're trying to avoid doing that today. We're trying to avoid crashing things by ideally having everything run in a reasonable amount of memory. All right, so there. Okay, this should work fine. All right, this. Okay, if this stops working, we will figure it out later. Meanwhile, let's see this type of. Okay, this works. Okay, this is working, by the way. It's working pretty well, actually. I'm surprised. Alright, and now this here. so I'm here now. I'm trying to do that plot, where we see the number of mutations and the number of simulated mutations on the x-axis, and then the number of sequences that we lose or gain. But instead of hard coding it, I wanted to do basically this thing. Summary. Does this work? So this would actually be nice. No. I'm not sure this is. I mean, it doesn't matter to be fast here, but nonetheless. Map group is what let's do map group. We want some. No, is a data frame should return a data frame. Okay. Okay, I mean we can just brute force this. Right. Results. Data is something like this. Okay, this actually is working. Okay, so we've done two things now. Well, I thought we had. No. Yes. Okay, we've done two things now. On the one hand, okay, we've managed to get this to work. We managed to get this to work, and we have also managed to okay, so we are reusing this expanded. Let's rewrite this so that expanded is actually Oh yeah, now it's loading everything. It's a bit. Okay, I like this. Not a big, huge fan of that. Alright, so I like this. We've made a bit of progress. Okay, so let's start wrapping up a little bit. So today was a little bit of a different thing because we had to, after the break, or I had to, after the break I was a little bit out of it. I remember the gist of it. We were trying to use Eggnog Mapper as a reference data, or the reference tool / database, and we had last time completely messed this up, so it's actually nice. So okay, this here, yeah, see, it's been 20 days. Eggnog Mapper, GMGC. Notation code. Okay, so we had that. Okay. And then now let's just see here. Instead of doing it this way, let's merge everything into the simulate. Plot simulation. Yeah, no, so we want to just plot simulation results. Expand it. Let's do it this way. Yeah, let's do it this way. Right, a little bit more. So okay. And I like this also. I like Alright, so I just want to run one task. So this might take a little bit longer. Okay, let me kill that one. So this is the one that comes from. There. I'm just trying to see what's going on here. It could literally be, yeah, it could literally, yeah. So what's happening is that, so we are loading these intermediate files before running the task. It takes a bit of time, maybe a bit longer than I expected, to be honest. I guess these are, we've kept a bunch of intermediate data in there that probably doesn't matter. I just wanted one to run. Yeah, let's integrate this into simulate.py. Okay, I guess this takes a while to run. A bit longer than I expected, to be honest. But maybe it is what it is. Let's remove this. So this has now, I like also to have fewer files, just everything in this. I mean, it's a balance. Not too few files is also not good, but you know, this is 350 lines. This is still manageable instead of having, you know, 50 different files, which this way, you know, there's one thing. Also, Jug is also nice in keeping it all coherent. You run one command, it runs everything, generates these intermediate plots, etc., etc., etc. I like that. That's not bad. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to see one of these run. I don't know. It takes perhaps a bit longer than I expected. So basically, so if I run on the shell, expanded, so it's this thing. Apparently, yeah, apparently this takes several minutes to run. This is just loading. Just loading these results. So I'm going to cheat a bit here. not cheat, I'm gonna check. Doesn't feel like this should take that much. It's 16M. I don't know. It's hard to know what's going on here. Just really wanted to see it run one time, and then I would launch all the jobs and finish the stream, and that would be a nice place to stop. But it's a bit annoying that it's taking so long. So what we've done, right, so I think what we've done here is we can now see, we would be able to see this type of visualization, which is as the number of mutations, how many sequences, so genes are affected. And it's actually interested that, so I think this is around 1,000 mutations. This is a reasonable sort of genome that we could see, and then seeing this effect here, you know, this is real. Also interesting to know, you know, not just from the quality control point of view, but to see that there are, you know, this, I don't know what to call them, these introduced genes that appear. Oh, something happened here. Okay, something happened here. Okay, this finally loaded. Alas, this loaded faster than in any of the other ones. I don't know why. So okay, so this runs. I don't know why this one runs faster than the other ones, but this means that we can do something like this, run a bunch. This will run on the background, and then it will one by one generate all of these. Generate the files here. Okay, so for now, yeah. So so if I generate this, so if I just create this jug please stop running file, this will stop it from running, because right now I'll finish the stream without having all of these. But this is what I want to do. So, you know, just the moment I log off, I'll remove this file and I'll just launch all of these jobs, and then in a few minutes it will fill out that directory. So let's just, in the meanwhile, create so this works quite well. And we are working here on the main branch. This is code we want to keep. So I'm going to push it directly to the main branch. Yep, that's still going. So we don't need to go there. In the meanwhile, so I just pushed everything to GitHub, so everything's there. All right, so as usual, you know, this time I'll try to put up, you know, if there's no holidays anymore, I'll put up a recap video a little bit later. I'll show all of the plots as well. They should finish in a few minutes. It's always a little bit difficult on the stream, because on the stream, you know, a few minutes in real life, it's nothing, right? So if an analysis takes a few minutes to run, it's not instantaneous, but it's not a big deal. If it takes a few minutes on the stream, it's always a little bit annoying because now I'm looking at it, and often, I'd look at my email or maybe social media, to be honest, while these things run, and then, you see that the window pops up and then you look back. It's a little bit less comfortable to do that on stream. I'm not going to be replying to my emails on stream. And so let's just, I'll show it a little bit later as things progress. So, all right, everything's on GitHub, everything's there. Please, I'll post it on the mailing list as well. So I hope to talk to you soon, and then we will stream again next week, same time, same place.